Hey, ladies and gentlemen, how you doing? It's Wesley of Wesley's Beats and Wesley's Beats Radio. And tonight I have a special guest. Her name is Iris Hart. Hi, Iris. How are you doing?
I'm fine. How are you,
Great.
Charles?
I'm good. I'm really doing good. So I want to thank you for taking your time out tonight and sit with me and have a conversation with us. Um, and I know you've got some interesting things going on in your life right now. So let's start by just tell us who you are.
Okay, my name is Iris. I go by Iris Wright-Hart, and I'm from the Eastern Shore of Maryland. And the little town that I live in is called Salisbury, Maryland. But now recently I've moved to even smaller town, Princess Anne,
Yeah, that is much smaller.
Maryland.
Really, really. Okay, so tell us a little bit about your family and how you grew up.
Well, it was six of us actually, three girls and three boys.
Okay.
Uh, And now I have four children myself, and I have three girls and one boy.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
And I can't
Um,
forget about my husband, Jeff Hart.
right, right. Okay, so you're literally from the Eastern Shore of Maryland. You grew up here?
Yes, I did.
You did.
Hmm.
Okay, okay. So you've got some really great news, some special news. I hear that you are a first-time author.
Yes, yes, definitely.
Okay, so did you write as a child? Did you grow up writing and decided to just write a book, or how did this really come about?
No, I didn't. I didn't write when I was a child, but I do remember when I was little that I used to love to read. Um,
Okay,
And so right now it was buried in my heart, obviously, and it
right.
just resurfaced reading. And I used to watch my girlfriend, well, when I went over to my girlfriend's house, she used to recite poems to me. And we just
Okay.
lay across the bed and she would just, recite those poems. And I just thought to myself, maybe one day I could be a writer. And it would be poetry, though.
Right, right. Okay, so you have a book. You've
Hmm.
written a book. Um, Tell us what the name of your book is and what inspired you to write the book.
All right. Well, the name of my book, as you can see right here, is Nobody's Listening to Me. If only they could see me. And what inspired me to write this book, as you see in the red, a daughter's battle with sickle cell. Uh, what really inspired me to write the book was she would have to go to the hospital, and she was always displeased with what the doctor said or what the doctors did. And she would always say, Mom, nobody's listening to me, whether it be the doctors or the nurses.
Right.
And so in my head, I would say, if only they could see her. So I just felt like the doctors weren't really seeing her as a person. They
Uh-huh.
just saw her as somebody just coming into the hospital.
Right.
And what I did was I used to write in a journal,
Uh-huh.
and I started off with journal writing. And my journal writing was feelings. That's what I called it, feelings. So I would always write to myself, dear feelings. And then it went on from there as I was writing in the journal. I said, you know what? I'm gonna see if I can write a book.
Right. Right. Okay. So, um, so basically, like going to the hospital, seeing doctors and seeing nurses, they more so, what did they do? Just kind of diagnose the issue and not really, because that sounds like it would be on an individual basis where you would have to, everybody's, I'm sure, is not the same,
Right.
so it sounds like the doctors would have to get deeper into it, the person themselves and what they're battling with.
Hmm. Well, a lot of times, I guess the doctors really don't have time for that. They just see it as another patient coming in. Sometimes they see them as someone seeking drugs. Sometimes I just feel like they say, we're going to try this, we're going to try that, but they try to treat all sickle cell patients the same, and they're not the same. They all need different types of drugs to
Right,
combat pain.
right. Okay, so inside of your book, through, are you telling stories that she went through, or are you sharing information on how to uh, get more research, dig deeper into sickle cell and what causes it, and
Mhm.
um, how to get it treated?
Well, really, my book is basically about the families.
Okay.
It's a struggle about what the families go through, the friends, what they go through, the person themselves, the sickle cell warrior themselves. What I'm trying to really express in my book is that they're people, and that I want the communities to be aware of sickle cell. When you talk to different people about sickle cell, they really don't know how it begins, how you get it. A lot of them think that you catch it. They don't know that it's inherited. So I'm really trying to get out information through a storyline so that they can actually come to know what sickle cell is and how you get it. And just really letting people be aware of the lives of a sickle cell patient
Right.
because they definitely struggle. They struggle with keeping jobs. They struggle with keeping friends. They struggle with keeping relationships. They struggle with having peace within the families. So their whole life, not just the pain is a struggle, but their life and their entire life is a struggle. And I
Okay.
think,
I know a couple people that have sickle cell, and they're younger, so I've seen them, as kids, just kind of struggle and in and out the hospital all the
mhm,
times. A lot of times it's just sudden, it just all of a sudden.
mhm.
But I myself, I didn't really know, what it really is, what really happens, how it, what happens when they have an issue or when they have an attack, anything like that. So this is what you're explaining in the book?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
Ways that can really try to help to prevent the pain, such as drinking plenty of fluids, no vigorous exercises. They have to be careful when it's really cold to stay warm. Um, so it explains all that as well. And then it also explains how sometimes they don't, if you have the trait, most people don't even know they have the trait, that they
Right.
carry the trait.
Right.
The sickle cell patients, a lot of times they start from infancy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, my daughter, who has HBSC, I didn't know until she was 11 when she started experiencing the pain. So
Okay.
there's so many different types of sickle cell that they all start differently and feel differently.
Right. So yeah, there's no way to be able to have one type of medication to cover everybody, because everybody, it affects everybody differently.
Yeah, so what they're trying to do really is give them medications for pain. And then even that, the medications itself affects them differently.
Right.
It could be too strong or it could be not enough.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's body is totally different.
Right. So, um, what kind of feedback have you been getting from your book? This is your first book. When did it actually come out, and what kind of feedback are you getting from it?
Well, it came out September the 1st, and what I am hearing is some people have already read it in 2 days.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So some people haven't put it down yet. And then
Mm-hmm.
some are trying to figure out who was this person and who was this person because the names have been changed in the book.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
and some people, they just say, "Oh, I really, really love this book," from the beginning to the end.
Right.
Um, so I think that's good feedback. I haven't heard any negative feedback just yet, which is okay, because everybody needs something like that, so you can only get better.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
And then I
Exactly.
have a lot who say, I am so excited to get my book. So it's only been out. Literally, I had a book signing, and
Okay.
so that just happened recently. So I'm really just now getting the book into people's hands.
Mm-hmm. That's
I'm
right.
really looking forward to hearing a lot of comments about it
Okay,
because
so
I'm
now,
throwing it out on Facebook big time.
okay. So
Okay.
inside the book, do you have like maybe some pages where people can go and look up? You have like other websites and that where people can go and look up and get more information.
Oh, definitely. In the back of the book, I have references so they can, and I have it placed with each chapter. So if they
Okay.
don't understand something, they can go in the back of the book and say, oh, well, where can I get more information about this? Where can I get more information about the sickle cell trait? Or where can I get more information about how do you inherit it? So I have it mapped with each chapter to try to help for easier access to
That's
what
great. And
information.
yeah, because that's what people, that's what people need. I'm sure just thinking about the book, people will have questions. Definitely will have
Mhm,
questions. So to give them the places to go to get the answers, that was pretty
mhm.
genius on your part.
Yeah, and the reason why I did that too is because I don't want my book to be like a reference book, really. There's enough information out there really about sickle cell, but my book is a storyline book. Like I said, how it does affect everybody that it comes in contact with someone who has sickle cell. And it has a lot of metaphors in it.
Okay.
So I compare, say, for example, the tortoise. He's very slow, but he's very wise. I compare my daughter as being very slow. A lot of times whether it could be the meds or, she's just tired. But she's very wise and wisdom about sickle cell.
Right.
So a lot of that is all based on metaphors, a lot of metaphors. So by using those, I feel like it really is going to be an enjoyable book for people to read.
Yeah, it really sounds like it. And even though it's only been out just a short period of time, it seems
Mhm.
like people are really enjoying the read. Because I'm pretty sure either a lot of them know people who have sickle cell
Mhm.
and don't really know what it is, just like myself, don't really know what it is. So um, to get the information is one thing, but to tell what the family goes through, I
Mhm.
think that is just as important as getting the information on what it is, because you can say, okay, this person has sickle cell, but you have no idea how that affects everybody around them.
Oh, yes. Yes. It
Hmm.
definitely affects you emotionally, physically, mentally.
Right, right.
So it affects the patients, it affects a whole entire family.
Hmm.
And my daughter, she has a family as well. And believe me, it affects the things that she wants to do. It affects her goals that she wants to accomplish. So it's really hard, really, really hard.
Hmm. Yeah,
Hmm.
it sounds like it. And I know, like I said, I know a couple of people that have it, and I've seen one young man, he'd go to the hospital and like 2 days later, he's back in the hospital again and
Hmm.
can't go
Hmm.
to school, can't
Hmm.
really play sports while, his friends are all playing sports and he can't really play. And I,
Hmm.
just thinking to myself, that's got to be really hard on him, especially a child growing up and all of his
Hmm.
friends can do a lot of things that he can't really do.
Right, because that's one of the things they need to stay away from is vigorous exercise. I'm not saying they can't exercise, but when you vigorously exercise, it can bring it on. Stress can bring it on. It makes it very difficult breathing. Um,
Right.
so,
Hmm.
their life is extremely complicated.
Hmm. Okay, so before I ask where you can find your book, is there anything else that you want people to know um, that would maybe drive them to your book, to want to read your book, or to want to
Mhm.
purchase your book?
Oh, yes. I really want, especially the young ones, that are childbearing age, where they can have children. I want them to know that they really should get tested, to see if someone else has a trait, to see if someone else has sickle cell. Because I've heard people where they say, "Oh, well, I'll be with them, at the hospital when they go." I mean, you cannot even understand the pain that they truly would have to go through. So my main focus is for you to get tested to see whether or not you have the trait. Because if the other person has a trait, there's a chance, that you could have a child with that could inherit sickle cell. But um, just get tested, from when you have a baby, have them tested so that
Right.
they won't grow up saying, I wonder if I have the trait. Because I didn't even know I had sickle cell trait
Okay.
until I asked my parents, I said, well, which one of you have the trait? They had no idea.
Oh,
No idea.
wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So,
obviously, one of them has the trait and the other didn't, but
hmm.
all of us ended up with the trait.
Okay. So, I
So
mean, to get tested, at least you know what you're up against.
yes,
Now,
yeah,
whether this can possibly affect you, your child, and your family. Um,
yes. So it's almost kind of like preventative of, having someone to have sickle cell.
right,
You really want to really check that other person out and have them literally not say, "Oh, I don't have it," because some people think that they don't. Oh, I wasn't born with it. They don't know. They have to be tested
right.
in order to really say, I don't have it. So ask them, have you been tested for it?
Hmm.
Before
Right,
you decide that you want to have children.
right. That
Yeah.
is so interesting. That, I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, even to get tested, because I never would have thought of that, you know.
Hmm.
And I'm
Hmm.
pretty sure a lot of people don't think of that, but that's very important.
Yeah.
It really is.
And they all want the doctors to be kinder to them,
Hmm.
really look and see what's really going on with these patients. And we're hoping that there will be a cure. Well, right now there is um, a cure, they say, therapy, but it's extremely expensive. Um,
Right,
I think it costs
right.
between $2 to $3 million, and I don't think you have that in your pocket, do you? But
Exactly.
but
Exactly.
yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm really, really hoping and praying for a cure that one day there'll be a cure that they can afford, you know.
Hmm. Right.
And
Right.
I also hope that the Eastern Shore will help support the sickle cell warriors. This Saturday, which is tomorrow, we're going to be having a 1 mile down walk, and that's in support of those sickle cell, those who have sickle cell or even the trait, because a lot of them can't afford to go across the bridge because right now they don't know a whole lot about it here on the Eastern Shore, so they tend to go to the like John Hopkins or
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Hmm.
So I'm really just hoping that people will support this walk. Tomorrow registration starts at 8. 9 o'clock is when the walk begins. And then afterwards, people can ask questions. My book will be available there. I'll be doing a book signing as well tomorrow at
Okay.
the Center of Salisbury, and it starts at Food Court.
Okay. That
We're
sounds
hoping the
good.
community will support us big time.
Hmm.
Mhm.
I think you will. I think you will get a lot of support from that. And you've partnered with the organization as well. So um, yeah, I think that'll bring a lot of support. And you're bringing a lot of awareness, you know, with your book. You're bringing a lot of awareness to people on a different level.
Mhm.
It's not just more information. you
Mhm.
know, it's just the day to day. This is what we go through day to day, day in and day out.
That's true. And I
So,
wanted to mention that the Eastern Shore Sickle Cell Association is sponsoring that walk, and
okay,
um, and Shonda Ward is I tell you, she's a go-getter. She really
yeah,
goes into the hospitals and she talks to the nurses and the doctors. She is really, really pushing to have people to help and volunteer with that association. So
that
um,
is, yeah,
also really helping her too.
that's awesome. That is awesome. So, um, this is going to be on all social media. It will be on my internet radio station, so people all over the world will be tuned in. They'll be listening. They'll be watching the video. So, where can they find your book?
Here locally, they can go to Barnes and Noble. They also can go to Amazon.com. And they also can go to the website is www.thebutler. I'm sorry. It's they can go to thebookbutler.com/Iris Hart. So that will take them right to the bookstore there as well. So hopefully they'll see me a lot on Facebook, Instagram.
Okay,
And
thebookbutler.com
yeah,
slash Iris Hart. Okay, on Amazon. And the Barnes and Noble,
yeah.
is that just the local Barnes and Noble, or is that going to be sold in all Barnes and Nobles?
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping that it will be sold in all Barnes and Noble. Right now, it is literally you can go into the Barnes and Noble in Salisbury and pick that
Okay.
up. And if you see me out there, I'll put my signature on there or just write
Yeah,
a
that's
little
great.
note for you. Uh-huh.
That
And
is great.
anybody that's interested in writing a book, definitely his name is Aaron, and his company is the um, Book Butler Publishing Company. He has been wonderful, wonderful. So
That's
anybody
awesome.
about poetry, writing a book, search him out. And his website that he has is thebookbutler.com.
Okay. Okay.
Um, he started off with his two daughters. His two daughters inspired him to start writing books, you know,
Okay.
to help him
Okay.
take care of them.
So that is awesome. That
Yeah.
is so awesome.
Mhm.
Okay, Iris, I really appreciate you taking time to sit down with me and talk to me and share your story um, with the millions of people who are listening or who are going to see this, for years to come. And it sounds like it's going to really, really help a lot of people. So
Oh
thank
yeah.
you for the inspiration. Thank you for taking your time and just sharing your story.
Oh, can I say one other thing? And I just
Yes.
want to say that my dear friend Charles has been with me through thick and thin. We started off with mutual funds and we went into the internet marketing business. And now here he is. He's helping me out once again, whether it's a QR code or just pushing me right along. And I want to thank you so much for having me and being right by my side.
Iris, you're very, very welcome. I am so proud. I am so proud of you and the accomplishments that you've made. And for those who don't know, Iris and I have been friends for like 25 years. We've been through a lot of things together. She's helped me out and I've helped her out. And this is what we do. We
Yeah,
just
yeah.
work with each other and all different types of things. It doesn't really matter. She's a true friend. She's so honest. Um, and I don't even know what life would be like without her in my life. She's helped me
Oh.
so much throughout the years. And it's been 25 good years. 25 good
Mhm.
years. Yes.
And I
So,
am wishing the best for you with your radio station, Wesley Meets.
yeah,
You know,
thank
oh
you.
my goodness.
Thank you. Thank you
He's got some
so
nice
much.
sound guys going on and some nice singers and those that
Yeah.
anybody that touches him, he works with you hard. He's a hard working man. All the
Yeah.
time.
We gotta work together in order to make it. And
Yes.
that's just what it is. All
Mhm.
right, Iris. Well, thank you. Thank you so much for coming on. Um, Once again, can you give people the places and the websites where they can find your book?
Yes, you can go to Amazon.com. You can also go to Barnes and Noble, literally. And I also have it out there on, oh my goodness. Oh, you can go to, I'm sorry, you can go to www.thebutler.com /Iris Wright-Hart, and you can publish a book there as well. Mhm.
Okay, thank you again for taking your time out to spend these few minutes with me to share information on your book. This has been an amazing interview, and I know, well, I hope you'll be writing a second book, so I'll come back and we'll interview you again. How about
Oh
that?
yeah, I tell you, if I had the inspiration of my daughter, Mia Scott, she really gave me the zeal and the she took her time really helping me out with this book. So I
That's
send my
great.
love to her as well for being behind me in this.
Yes,
But
that is
yeah, there will be another book coming out. I'm thinking I'm working on a children's book though.
okay. That sounds good.
Oh
Sounds
yeah,
good.
yeah, children of my heart.
Right. Right, right.
Yeah.
All right, Iris, thanks again, and you have a wonderful night, and we'll be talking to you soon.
All right. Good night.
Good night.